Voiceover. Right. Like anyone should make a living just talking into a microphone. In a World is a fictional look into the life of an inspiring voiceover artist and what happens when she goes up against her well-respected father for the voiceover gig of a lifetime. All right, enough of that. Now that my dreams of making 7 figures a year just saying words are safely behind me, let's talk about this movie. It's great. It comes from the brain of Lake Bell, who wrote, directed, and stars in it. Now, if you haven't heard of her, that's not a surprise, as it's the first movie she's written and directed, but what an incredible debut. Now, the one thing I noticed right off the bat about this movie is that Bell has a great sense of humor. The movie isn't a laugh riot comedy, but Bell's screwball sensibilities make for some really fun moments on screen. Not only that, but it's pretty incredible how much emotional depth she's able to paint in this world, while at the same time keeping it so light and humorful. But the best thing about In a World, for me, the real-life voiceover stuff. It's a world I haven't seen explored on the big screen, and I really loved that the conversations and situations were so genuine to that subculture. Many of the biggest names in voiceover actually played themselves, and I found that to be a nice touch. As someone who has close friends that are deep in the industry and kind of dabbles at it myself, it was nice to see the occupation get some time in the sun, especially in such an enjoyable and well-made film. One other thing I liked is that the film didn't rely on just the plot to intrigue us, but filled it with interesting characters and compelling relationships to help drive the story along. Although, as for that, I have to admit, the central love relationship in the movie did leave me a little bit dry. I'm not sure I could put my finger exactly on it, but it just never quite rang true. I think it comes down to that the interactions between the two leads just seem to be some sort of forced awkwardness. While genuine awkwardness can be cute and adorable, at least I hope so for my own sake, if I sense that it's a put-on, it immediately becomes distasteful to me, and I felt like that was the case here. That filter distracted me from buying in too much of the emotion and ended up being the lone blemish on an otherwise engaging movie. Overall, In a World is a brilliant first-time endeavor by the funny and talented Lake Bell. Though I found the central relationship hard to buy, I love pretty much everything else, especially the deeper look into the wonderful world of voiceover. I give it a B+. So that's the review, but there is more. Stay tuned for the challenge question that's coming up here in a bit. But first, I'm going to throw some stuff up on the screen you can click on if you like. If you want to subscribe, you can click the big gray subscribe button to do that. If you want to see more reviews, I'll have those up here as well. Here's 3 of my most recent: Best Man Holiday, Dallas Buyers Club, or the killer whale documentary Blackfish. You can also click the logo right up here to go to yourmoviefriend.com, where you can search by title for reviews. And finally, this review's challenge question. Here it is. Name the best movie written, starring, and directed by the same person. Mine was done by the guy who played Forrest Gump. See if you can figure that one out. Just leave your answer in the comments and don't forget to subscribe.